What is the origin of Christmas? So a lot of you have probably realized that the distorted version of Christmas is quite disturbing. It's quite unnerving. It's quite skin-crawlingly odd. Okay? And there is more to it than it just being this distorted holiday that wants to suck the energy out of everyone who partakes into this time period. Okay, so it's very good that things are being exposed about Christmas, about the holiday season, about how essentially it's the time where people's energy is sucked dry, because it is also the time where people's energy is most potent. Okay? Every holiday has an astrological, spiritual significance. And I think it's time to start moving towards that understanding as we move away from the distortion of these holiday seasons, these holidays, these different times of celebration, where we were once giving our energy to something that was against the earth, to now we are giving our energy to something that actually promotes the wellness and evolution of the earth. And that comes along with understanding, accepting the notion that there is a primordial origin to what we now call the holiday of Christmas. So that's what I'm going to talk about today in this video. Today we are talking about the primordial origins of Christmas. So when we think about the time, so the season of winter in and of itself, let me just ask y'all right now, do you know what element rules over this season? If you don't know what element rules over this season or any season, then you need to watch the rest of this video, and you probably need to subscribe to this channel, because that is the basis of primordial knowledge, primordial thinking, is understanding the relationship of the energy that is expressed on the earth with the energy of the cosmos, of the energy of the universe. So the element that rules over this season is water. And that is why during the winter season in the Americas, in America, our energy is so potent. Our psychic and spiritual energy is so potent. And so this is the number one time where corporations, businesses, churches, whoever it is that wants your energy can come suck it all up, especially when you are not cognitive and aware of how rich you are in the water element during the winter season. So water is all about psychic energy, emotions, spirit, okay? It's all about feelings. It's all about depth. It's all about what we can't talk about, we can only feel. We can only come together and create, conjure together. So this is what the energy of this season is all about. And during this time, people just want to suck it all up. They want to suck it and eat it all up. Knowing that during this season is also the winter solstice. And when is the winter solstice? The winter solstice is right now, right during Christmas season. Christmas season. So this has a lot to do with why the holidays, holy days, days full of holes to warp and suck and drench your energy, okay, because it's so rich during this season, are during this time, especially Christmas. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to touch on when it comes to the primordial origin of this time right now is that it's not our duty to only discard things when we find out what's wrong with them, but we also have to move towards the truth. So the truth can be a revelation in a negative way, and it can be a revelation in a positive way. And so right now we're having the revelation of the negativities and the distortion and the lies that are centered around Christmas. So now we're going to come around and we're going to have a revelation of the positive energy that comes from this time, that comes from being in tune with the divinity of Source during this time. So the number one thing that everybody has in their house during this season in relationship with Christmas is a tree, right? A pine tree or an evergreen tree. Why? Why is a tree always in the house when it comes to Christmas time, Christmas season? It doesn't just have to do with the distorted version of whatever you've learned recently, but it has a lot to do with the origin and the spiritual metaphysical properties of the pine and evergreen tree. Okay? So the pine tree is the goddess tree. Okay? The pine tree is the goddess tree. The evergreen tree is also the goddess tree. It is a tree that never sheds its leaves. It always has its fruits, I would say. It always has its leaves on there. It's one of those trees that never. So why don't we use other trees? Why doesn't why don't they use other trees? There are a lot of trees out there. Why do people specifically use these kinds of trees and put them in their home during this time? It's because this tree, from the primordial point of view, represents the importance of taking the overview and encouraging objectivity, fair-sightedness. It rids us of negativity. It doesn't dwell on pointing mistakes or pointing blame. The pine is a symbol of the elevated mind and the birth of the spiritual warrior. So, trees have been important spiritual symbols in many cultures, and evergreens also symbolize immortality and eternal life because they retain their leaves, as I just said, throughout the winter. And in ancient native primordial cultures of America, the pine is a symbol of great peace that unites every nation within the primordial culture, the primordial essence of the earth. Okay? So, if we look deeper, okay, into the winter solstice, we will understand that this is a reverent period, and it has been regarded, this period of time has been regarded since ancient eras of time. Indigenous primordial people all over the world know that it is a time of gratitude, honor, family, ancestors, and follow the ritual of giving reverence to this energy. So when we think about honor, family, ancestors, okay? When you think about honor, family, ancestry, what do you think about? Well, if you knew about astrology and you understood the facets of astrology, you understand that all of these qualities are matrilineal. All of these qualities have to do with the lunar essence intertwined with the earth. And so that's when you start to realize that it's really a reverence. This time is really a reverence of the great mama spirit of the moon and of the earth. And it's been distorted to such a degree where people don't see that. They just see the masculine distortion of this time. Even though you may not celebrate actual holidays that are in place by these systems and institutions, it is very, very important that you do something during this time. A lot of people just say, you know what, F it, I'm not doing nothing. I don't like these holidays. I don't like nothing about nothing. All of it is crazy. Just get me. It's like almost like a kind of escapism. You want to escape from the foul and dark side of the world, but what you got to do is you got to realize that that's just one side of the coin. Okay, there's so much energy and wealth during every season, but this period especially, take time to actually cultivate your own practices during this time. Take time to cultivate your own. You get to decide where your energy goes. You get to decide where you're going to put your energy during these holiday seasons. Okay, you don't have to put it into their philosophies and what they want to worship and praise during this time. You don't have to do that, but do something. Do something. And for primordial, ancient, indigenous beings of this earth, it is important that we remember and recognize that before there was any of this distortion and madness, there was an origin. There is an origin. Okay? There is an ancient way of being and existing. So during this time is the time to honor family, is the time to honor your ancestry, is the time to honor the great ma, the great mater. I keep saying ma, the great mater, the great mama, the sun and moon, the earth, the life that intertwines to create this whole entire existence. That is what this time is about. It's not about the birth of Jesus. It's not about buying a bunch of gifts. It's not about all of that. It's about remembering who you are and what it is that you are supposed to be giving reverence to every single day of your life, every single day of your existence here. Okay? So let that be what I end on, and hopefully you guys do your own independent research if you feel called to do so. Hopefully you will, you know, and even hopefully, like, if you feel called to research further, if you feel called to know more, go just know more, you know, look into it more. But I definitely encourage people to create your own ritual during this time that brings that same energy that you were going to give away to someone else's holiday and religion. Bring it into your own vessel. Bring it into your own existence. Bring it into the earth. Bring it into the universe. Bring it into the moon. Bring it into the existence. Bring it into the reverence of divine order. Okay? Recognize that there is a divine chaos, but bring that back into divine order. What is a divine order, and how are you playing a part in making that prevalent in your life? So make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this one. My name is Asaya Mystic, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.